Hello, my friend, and welcome to Wisdom Trek. This is Guthrie Chamberlain, and I'm your guide to wisdom and creating a living legacy. Thank you for joining us for our 7-day-a-week, 7 Minutes of Wisdom podcast. This is day 329 of our trek. During the last 2 days, we hiked on a difficult trail that is precarious to navigate as we've learned how to be comfortable with discomfort. Today, we want to extend this trail a bit and seek out what it means to have personal responsibility. Thank you so much for coming along with me daily as we grow in wisdom, insight, and understanding. While some of our daily treks are a multi-part series, you can join us at any time to start along with us from that point on. If you'd like to listen to any of the past episodes, please go to wisdom-trek.com to listen to them and to read the daily journal, which includes pictures. You can also subscribe to Wisdom Trek at iTunes, Spreaker, Stitcher, SoundCloud, or Google Play, so that each day's trek is downloaded to you automatically. We are broadcasting from our studios at the Big House. We are working on a lot of projects in and around the Big House this weekend, so hopefully we will make good progress. One special event is the birthday celebration on Saturday of our oldest grandchild, Paul. He turns 8 on the 25th of this month. It is amazing how quickly the years rush by. This whole space-time continuum really makes my head spin sometimes. What seems like just a few days ends up being years, and the opposite is also true. That's why it's so important to make sure that we are accountable for investing our time wisely to have the greatest positive impact as we are living our legacy each day. One trend, though, that appears to be growing in our modern world is the lack of accountability, especially when it comes to personal responsibility. Maybe it's always been an issue, but it seems that fewer and fewer people are willing to be responsible for their own actions in life. That is why on today's trek, we will explore what it means when we hear the phrase, "the buck stops here." The buck stops here is a phrase that was made famous by U.S. President Harry Truman that kept a sign with that phrase on his desk in the Oval Office. The phrase refers to the fact that the president has to make decisions and accept ultimate responsibility for those decisions. It should be no different for each of us. We're ultimately responsible for our own decisions. In other words, if you're a parent, it's time to act like a parent. If a leader, then lead. If you would like to be treated like an adult, then act your age. If you're a politician, remember, you weren't elected to merely show up and pad your own pockets. You have a job to do. And if you're not happy with your standing in life, don't fault others. Success and happiness begins and ends with personal responsibility. So let's look what it means to take charge of your life. Personal responsibility puts you in the driver's seats to make the most of your opportunities of life. You have the freedom to choose the direction that you want to take, determine the choices that you'll make, and decide how hard you are willing to work to achieve those goals. The key is to personally own your life, rather than abdicating that responsibility to others. The fruit of your efforts are yours as well, to keep or share, to invest or spend. Personal responsibility shouldn't be a burden. It's a blessing when you assume complete responsibility for your life successes and failures. We will all have our share of both. Hard work and commitment are required. If you want to lose weight, start with diet and exercise. If you want money for retirement, begin with getting out of debt and committing to savings. If you want to be successful, you must possess the knowledge, integrity, work ethic, and determination to win. There is no genie in a bottle, and your ship is not going to come in unless you build it yourself. Second, we want to focus on how to get motivated. Life is not a spectator sport, but some people sit on the sidelines and expect to be rewarded for the hard work and efforts of others. If something goes well, they'll line up and receive the accolades, but if things go bad, they will make excuses or find a scapegoat to pin the blame on. Life doesn't work that way. If you're not willing to make the personal investment and sacrifices required to be successful, then don't complain when you don't achieve success. Using the farmer's analogy, if you don't plant in the spring, don't go looking for crops in the fall. They won't be there. If you take a chance and you succeed, you reap the rewards of your success. If you take a chance and you fail, you have to accept the consequences. There are no guarantees in life, and just because you are willing to work hard for something, you still may not obtain success. Here's the key that you must understand. By accepting ownership rather than abdicating your responsibility, chances are you'll move closer to your goals. The fact is that the world doesn't owe you anything. If you want something in life, you must work hard and earn it. Even then, you must be willing to accept responsibility for the outcome, good or bad, with humility and grace. To have the possibility of success begins with a positive attitude. So here are some principles to get you on the right trail each day. First, it's your choice. If you want your life to be different, change it. If you're waiting for something to happen, it won't, at least not without your efforts. It's not enough to think about what you want to do or worse yet, complain, get up and do something about it. Second is to believe in yourself. One of the things that may be holding you back is your lack of self-confidence. If you don't have the confidence in yourself, why should others? It may be time to invest in yourself so that you are proud of who you are and what you represent. Third is to raise your game. What additional skills do you need to achieve your dreams? Take an additional course or do self-study if needed. Find a great role model to emulate. Turn every experience, especially failures, into a learning opportunity. In today's ever-changing technology environment, if you're not learning something new each day, you're becoming obsolete. Fourth, understand that actions have consequences. Think before you act, then accept responsibility for your behavior. Remember, you own your choices. The decisions and choices you make every day have consequences. In almost every situation, you are where you are today because of the choices that you've made in the past. If you don't like where you are, then from today forward, make different and better choices and accept the responsibility for those choices. Fifth, be accountable. Give everything your best effort. When things go well, accept your well-deserved rewards, and when they don't, so be it, and learn from it. Get back up, shake off the dust, don't point fingers when mistakes occur, admit your fault, learn from your mistakes, and then keep moving forward. Sixth is to be self-reliant. Everyone gets in a bind once in a while and may need a helping hand to get back up. That is okay, and graciously accept it when it happens. But don't let it translate into life of dependency. If you break your leg, use crutches for a few weeks to get back up on your feet, but you shouldn't lean on your crutches forever. And seventh, failure is a part of life. Vince Lombardi once said, "It's not whether you get knocked down, it's whether you get back up." Accept failure as part of life. As I said earlier, learn from it and keep moving forward. We will do well to take the exhortation of Paul in Galatians chapter 6, verses 4 and 5. Pay careful attention to your own work. Then you will get the satisfaction for a job well done. You don't need to compare yourself to anyone else, for we are each responsible for our own conduct. So let's revive the motto, "The buck stops here," and be willing to accept personal responsibility in all areas of our lives. This ties into our trek tomorrow, where I will share some advice I would give to my younger self. So encourage your family and friends to join us, and then come along with us tomorrow for another day of Wisdom Trek, creating a legacy. That will finish our trek for today. Just as you enjoy these daily doses of wisdom, we ask you to help us to grow Wisdom Trek by sharing it with your family and friends through email, Facebook, Twitter, or in person when you meet with them, and invite them to come along with us each day. The journal for today's trek can be found at wisdom-trek.com. Thank you for allowing me to be your guide, your mentor, but most importantly, I am your friend, as I serve you through the Wisdom Trek podcast and journal each day. As we take this trek together, let us always live abundantly, love unconditionally, listen intentionally, learn continuously, lend to others generously, lead with integrity, and leave a living legacy each day. This is Guthrie Chamberlain reminding you to keep moving forward, enjoy your journey, and then create a great day every day. See you tomorrow.